All right, so are you ready to dive into some AI music today?
Definitely. I'm really curious to see what we've got.
Yeah, this should be interesting. We asked for listener submissions,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody sent in these AI-generated song lyrics from this YouTube channel, Bluepill Studios.
Okay.
And we're going to look at these lyrics and kind of analyze them,
Yeah.
see what kind of emotions and thoughts and feelings come out of them.
Cool.
So we have 4 songs here. Homesick, I Need a Smoke, Macaroni and a Mop,
Okay.
and Please Don't Step on the Flowers.
Ooh.
So just from the titles alone,
Yeah.
we can kind of see a pretty wide spectrum here.
Really all over the place, right?
Yeah, so let's start with Homesick.
Okay.
This one is really interesting because it starts off with this really unsettling vibe,
Yeah.
it's kind of like a fever dream or something.
It's weird how AI can tap into this,
Yeah.
Like the darker elements of the human psyche and
Yeah, and it's really repetitive too. It keeps saying,
uh
get down with the sickness over and over and over again.
oh. Yeah, like it's trying to hypnotize you or something.
Yeah, and then there's this one line that really stood out to me.
Okay.
Open up your head and let it flow into me. I mean,
Whoa.
where does that even come from?
It's pretty disturbing, right?
It's really disturbing.
Yeah.
What is the AI trying to say here?
It's really interesting because, like you were saying, it kind of taps into this, primal fear, maybe, or,
Invasion?
yeah, invasion of the mind or the body. It's
Mhm.
hard to say, but it's definitely effective.
Yeah, and then it gets even weirder when it starts talking about Bobby.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's give it to me, Bobby, over and over again.
Mm.
And it's what is the AI trying to depict here?
Is it desire? Is it, possession?
Yeah.
It's hard to pin down, but it definitely evokes a strong emotional response.
Yeah, it's very unsettling.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I'm kind of creeped out.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, so let's move on to the next song, which is I Need a Smoke.
All right.
So this is a rap song, and it's a complete 180 from Homesick. It's full of bravado and this kind of swagger that you see in a lot of rap music,
Uh-huh.
but then it also has this weird social commentary woven into it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so it's got these lines I'm from the hood and I got 99 problems, but blank ain't one.
Right. Kind of classic rap tropes.
Yeah, but then it throws in this line about how advertisers use black artists to sell products.
Whoa. That's pretty insightful for an AI to come up with.
Yeah, it's the AI is rapping about real-world issues, but with this detached analytical tone.
Right. So it's aware of these issues,
Yeah.
but it doesn't necessarily have the lived experience to fully understand them.
Yeah, and that kind of makes it even more chilling in a way.
It's it's pointing out these problems.
Right.
But it's not clear if it's actually advocating for change or just observing them.
Yeah, and that makes you think about what it means to truly understand something versus just being able to process information about it.
Right. Is the AI really feeling these things? Or is it just mimicking what it's learned?
That is a very good question.
Yeah.
Okay, so brace yourself for the next song.
Oh, boy.
Because this one is,
Yeah.
it's pretty wild. The language is very explicit.
Oh, okay.
This is Macaroni and a Mop.
Macaroni and a Mop, right?
Yeah, so this one is, like I said, very sexually suggestive.
Okay.
And it uses a lot of repetition, wet-ass blank over and over again. It's almost like the AI is trying too hard to be shocking.
Right, it's trying to push the boundaries of what's acceptable.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder, is the AI just mimicking what it's learned from certain genres of music?
Uh-huh.
Or is it actually trying to create something new, even if it's uncomfortable?
That's a good question. And it brings up some ethical considerations, too.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah.
Do we want AI to be creating music that's potentially offensive or harmful?
Right. Who gets to decide what's appropriate?
Right.
Is it the programmers, the listeners, or the AI itself?
Yeah, it's a tough one to answer. Okay, so let's move on to the last song. This one is called Please Don't Step on the Flowers.
All right.
And it's a complete 180 from Macaroni and a Mop.
Wow. Talk about whiplash.
I know, right? This one is surprisingly sweet and innocent.
Really?
Almost childlike in its simplicity.
Mhm.
It's about tiptoeing through tulips and gardens and moonlight.
Huh. So it's the AI is tapping into a completely different emotional register.
Yeah, it's it went from being this really aggressive and overtly sexual entity to this innocent child.
It's pretty remarkable that it can shift gears like that.
Yeah, it really makes you think about the potential of AI.
Yeah.
It create all these different kinds of emotions and experiences.
It makes you wonder if it's actually feeling these things
Yeah.
or if it's just really good at mimicking.
It's hard to say, but either way, it's pretty impressive.
Definitely. So we've got 4 songs, for very different emotional landscapes.
Yeah, it's amazing how much range the AI has, even at this early stage of development.
It is.
It's both fascinating and a little bit unsettling.
Totally agree. Yeah, it really makes you wonder, like, if you played these songs for someone and you didn't tell them that they were made by an AI,
Yeah,
would they even know?
it's a good question. I think maybe there's something about the AI's approach that's a little bit off.
Yeah, like it's missing that certain human touch.
Yeah, like it's almost there, but not quite.
Right. It's like it can hit the big emotions like sadness, anger, joy,
Yeah.
but the nuances, the subtle shades of feeling, maybe those are still beyond its grasp.
Yeah, like with Homesick, for example, it's definitely creepy,
Yeah.
but it also feels kind of hollow. Like the AI is trying to be disturbing, but it doesn't quite understand why humans find certain things unsettling.
Right. It's like it's missing that lived experience that gives those emotions their true weight.
And that actually brings up an interesting point.
What's that?
Maybe the AI's lack of lived experience is what makes its music so interesting.
Oh, how so?
Well, because it's coming at these emotions from a completely different perspective. Like, it's not weighed down by all the baggage of human history and social conditioning.
That's a really cool way to think about it.
Yeah, like it's giving us this fresh take on human emotions,
Yeah,
even if it doesn't fully understand them itself.
exactly. And that's why I think AI-generated music is more than just a novelty. It has the potential to really push the boundaries of what music can be
Yeah.
and how it can make us feel.
It's like AI is holding up a mirror to our own emotional landscape
Yes,
and showing us things that we might not have noticed before.
absolutely. And sometimes that reflection can be a little distorted,
Yeah.
a little unsettling. But that's what makes it so thought-provoking.
You know, it's funny, when I first heard about AI-generated music, I thought it'd be really cold and emotionless.
Yeah, I can see why you'd think that.
But these songs, even the disturbing ones, they feel surprisingly human.
It is kind of paradoxical, isn't it?
Yeah.
We think of creativity and emotion as being like uniquely human qualities. But then an AI comes along and creates music that taps into those very things.
And it makes you wonder if maybe the AI is starting to develop its own sense of artistry, its own emotional voice.
No, that's a wild thought.
It is. It really makes you question what it means to be creative.
Right. Do you have to feel emotions to express them?
Exactly.
Or is there another way?
That's a big question.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Okay.
what's the one thing you hope our listeners take away from this conversation?
I think the biggest takeaway is just to listen with an open mind.
Yeah.
AI-generated music might be a new frontier, but it's a frontier worth exploring.
It really is a frontier worth exploring. I mean, who knows? Maybe someday we'll be talking about AI music legends,
Oh, yeah.
like we talk about Bach or Beethoven.
Yeah, like imagine an AI Mozart or something.
Right. The technology is moving so fast. I mean, imagine if you could, like, order an AI-generated soundtrack for your life,
Wow, that would be amazing.
like a breakup album or like a motivational anthem for your morning workout.
Or like a lullaby for your kids that's like personalized with their names and
Oh my gosh, yeah.
their favorite things.
That's crazy. That would be so cool. But
Yeah.
also makes you wonder if, like, human musicians will become obsolete.
That's a good point. I mean, it's a valid concern.
Yeah.
But I think it's more likely that AI will become like a tool for human creativity, not a replacement for it.
So like a super-powered collaborator.
Exactly. Like imagine a musician working side by side with an AI, bouncing ideas back and forth,
Wow.
pushing each other to create something truly unique.
Yeah, that would be incredible. So what do you think? What does the future hold for AI music?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, will it become mainstream?
Will it change the way we listen to music?
Will it change the way we experience music?
Yeah.
It's hard to say for sure, but I think it has the potential to be a real game changer.
I think so too.
I mean, we're already seeing AI being used in music production, like composing melodies, mastering tracks.
Right.
And as the technology gets better, it's just going to become more sophisticated, more integrated into the creative process.
It's exciting, but also a little bit daunting.
Totally. It's like we're standing on the edge of a new musical frontier.
Yeah.
And we don't know what's out there.
Right. We don't know what wonders or challenges await us.
Exactly. But one thing's for sure.
What's that?
It's going to be an incredible journey.
It really is. Well, that's about all the time we have for today's deep dive.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling all kinds of things right now.
Me too.
Like intrigued, inspired, a little bit scared.
Yeah. It's a lot to process.
But that's the beauty of it all,
I
right?
think so.
AI music is making us think and feel and question everything we thought we knew about creativity and the power of music.
It's a conversation worth having.
It really is. And to our listener, we want to hear from you.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on AI music?
What excites you?
What concerns you?
This is a dialogue that's just beginning.
And we need your voice to help shape it. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll catch you next time for another fascinating exploration of the world around us.